Welcome back to Nuclear News. We're out in Palm Springs today, not in the normal studio, but nuclear news doesn't sleep, and neither do we, right? It's always moving, and so we're never going to stop covering the unfolding nuclear renaissance that's blowing everyone's minds. The market doesn't understand what's going on, but everyone who's been watching along understands why we're getting the price action we're getting, and every week something changes for the better. So let's stay on top of what is going on. Sprott Uranium Miners ETF year to date up 55.8%. The S&P 500 up 18%. So it's one of the best performing asset classes. This comes from John Quakes on November 17. It actually hit $80 per pound. The spot price hit $80 per pound. Remember when all the people came on the show back in the day and it sounded crazy that the spot price was going to hit $80 a pound? There was a lot of predictions. Well, it came true, right? And so some of the fundamentals cannot be ignored. Obviously, we're just going to continue to stay on top of them for your benefit, right? So you can understand what is going on, because this has just been a slow motion move to the upside, and it's just going to continue playing out that way based on the unfolding events. This comes from Elevate Uranium. This is the uranium shortage diagram, right? This is their recent investor presentation report. You can see that they're looking at the 2022 primary production, and they're comparing that to the future demand, right? And so I like that they break out the demand and how much that's going to eat up the supply that's available, right? 437 reactors in operation, 59 reactors under construction, 444 reactors proposed, right? Nothing but air between the demand and the production, the supply. And so that's just going to continue. We've seen the chart how over time we have these alligator jaws, right? Demand going up, supply going down, and nothing but air in between. And so that is the reality of what is going on in this space. And so what we do is stay on top of the news that's going to drive those lines in either direction. Well, this is some of the biggest news we've ever seen. A massive US-led pledge could be a global game changer. Game changer. The US, UK lead pledge to triple nuclear power by 2050 at COP28. Countries to support new tech like small modular reactors. Nuclear power has seen a resurgence in interest recently. So the leaders of the free world literally are trying to pump up nuclear power as much as possible, right? It really doesn't get bigger than this. Romania enters new alliance to develop small modular nuclear reactors. Guess what? The US has its fingers in this as well. Romania joined Italy and Belgium to form a consortium with US-based Westinghouse Electric in an attempt to put together past projects and develop a small modular lead-cooled fast neutron reactor. So we have 3 countries working together with US technology, obviously, the US exporting technology continuing. Then over in Asia, US, Philippines signed landmark nuclear deal. The United States and the Philippines on Friday signed a landmark deal that would allow Washington to export nuclear technology and material to Manila, which is exploring the use of nuclear power to decarbonize and boost energy independence. So the US is doing everything in its power to expand nuclear energy around the world even further than the demand projections that we've seen, right? And so that's just the US activity. Let's go around the world, right? Every week, the demand grows exponentially around the world. Poland's answer to the climate crisis, 100 nuclear reactors. So Poland going down the path that most countries, Switzerland, longer nuclear lifetimes would reduce system costs and close winter energy gap. Economy Suisse study also sees benefits of new reactor construction, right? This is the United Arab Emirates, the Middle East. 4th Baraka unit receives operating license. The United Arab Emirates nuclear regulator has issued the license to Nawa Energy Company, clearing the way for commissioning and commercial operation of the unit and marking a historical moment as the UAE realizes its nuclear energy vision, right? Obviously, over in Asia, Sri Lanka seeks investors for nuclear power plants. Sri Lanka calls for expressions of interest in setting up nuclear power plants. Its energy minister said on Friday, as it seeks cheap electricity to support its economic recovery. Renaissance, again, every single week, just so many different headlines. And so this is the long game, though. This is the revolutionary early stage technology that's burgeoning and we're still in the early stages of, obviously. Advanced Nuclear Reactor Project in Seadrift, Texas. Dow and X Energy have announced the selection of Dow's UCC Seadrift Operations Manufacturing Site in Texas for its proposed advanced SMR nuclear project. The project is expected to provide the Seadrift site with safe, reliable, zero carbon emissions and steam as existing energy and steam assets near the end of life. Just one going into production, one of thousands, decarbonizing industries with the help of small and micro nuclear reactors. This is the International Atomic Energy Agencies. These are the industries they're talking about. From cement and shipping to oil and gas and steel production, industries are examining the shifting practices to reduce emissions and transition their operations to net zero. New nuclear energy solutions are emerging as the key option. We are just getting started in this space.